Welcome back to Let's Play AI, the Somnium files. Last time we left off, well, a lot of stuff happened. Where do I even begin? Okay, first of all, Iris was murdered, apparently, in a warehouse. And the culprit, we assumed to be, was a politician named So. And we went inside his Somnium, where we found the scene of Iris being murdered over and over again, but we managed to save her, in the dream at least. Well, that's what we thought. Until a report came in from the investigative division that Iris's body is missing. So after we went back to the warehouse, we found it indeed to be missing. And, well, Date had an assumption that Iris would be at her house, which once again turned out to be true. And well, Date thinks the world changed. All I can say is that this game had my interest, but now it has my full attention. I just needed that hook. I was invested in the investigation so far, and I liked the banter between Aibara and myself. And of course all of the other characters are great, with the exception of some of the one-offs so far. And I am glad that Iris is back. She was probably one of my favorites. But let's think about this whole changing the world thing, as Date put it. Here is the thing about it. We did not change the past. That's for damn sure, since, well, in this world, Date still found the body, reported it in, had So come to the station, we questioned him and went into his Somnium, so that all still happened. If we had changed the past, well, So wouldn't be in the Abyss HQ. Date wouldn't have had any reasons to have him questioned. Which means the only thing that changed is that Iris is now alive. And without any testimony, I cannot really comment on that too much, since we don't know Iris's side. Like, did she just run into a killer and escape? Her being kinda casual over at her home with Mizuki's kinda strange, especially after escaping from a killer. She was kinda just relaxed. And also, what happened from the killer's perspective? Does he think that he killed Iris or not? These are just some things we are going to have to find out. And of course there is the possibility that Iris never died, and that was just a mannequin or a fake to throw Date off. But why? Is somebody conspiring against Date? It was also really weird that Aiba had her batteries die exactly at the right time. I guess you could call that just the writers using a really big coincidence to drive the plot forward. And I don't have any problems with that, seeing that, well, that's what allowed this intrigue to happen in the first place. But if this really is just a conspiracy against Date, then it also could be that Aiba is in on it, but that's just going too far, I think. I did look back at the scene where we found Iris's body, and Date had both of his eyes open, but the one that houses Aibara was grayed out, so I don't think she was active, so she couldn't have like projected an AR reality over the warehouse where we found Iris. So, and we did lift the sheet from the body, so I don't think it was artificially projected onto our eyes. But I did see that Date himself did not touch the body, so there are some avenues that we could explore there. Also, if the world really changed, was it based on the Somnium we explored in Mizuki's consciousness? Did Iris only die because we found her body? Well, Date did seem distressed about it, so someone could have just used that scenario to put us into the situation we are in right now. I think we should just move on and see what happens for now.
Happy birthday to you.
Not my birthday.
That song used to be copyrighted, you know? But now it's public domain and I can sing it to my heart's content. Don't you love it?
A pumpkin carved like a
Where should I
jack-o'-lantern.
put old Jack here?
I thought his name was Bill.
Did you ever used to play with these rulers like a gun when you were in elementary school?
I don't know. I don't have any memories from back then, remember?
Lifesaver.
Consider it a good luck charm, so you don't drown when you sink. I sleep with a different one every night. They're so fluffy.
Do you have a dakimakura of all of them?
Oh, body pillow.
We should go skiing.
That was out of nowhere.
Is that a no?
Of course it is. We're in the middle of an investigation.
What? You don't want to go night skiing on my bunny hills?
I will not allow such scandalous behavior.
I was just kidding. What are you, jealous?
Ooh, hitting a
Merry
nerve.
Christmas.
It's November.
God, looking around this room is always such a mess. Especially having to find the extra
So
dialogue.
the darts board has all these holes, and the tip of the dart goes in, right?
Don't make everything sound sexual.
It's kind of sexual, don't you think?
No, it's not.
I do not understand. What is sexual about it?
You don't want to know.
A soba restaurant door curtain. A flag with big catch on it. Hey there, Mario.
If only money rained down from the sky.
If only I could control you with a remote. Make you do this, make you do that.
Soccer
I've been
ball.
wondering, which balls are bigger? Yours or this soccer ball?
The soccer ball.
The soccer ball, obviously.
I can't believe it's not a raccoon.
What?
A matryoshka.
Hey, Date, who's cuter? The Matryoshka or Iba?
The first one.
I will carve out your insides and turn you into a matryoshka.
Cold air blows from the AC.
I thought I told you to stop with the wolf whistles.
And I told you not to flatter yourself. Under no circumstances are you allowed to look under this rug. Do you understand?
What have you got under there?
Do you really wanna know? A coffee maker.
There's something about a man who likes his coffee black. Black coffee puts hair on your chest.
Does it now?
And somewhere lower.
I understand. You are referring to Date's leg hair.
Sure, Iba. Sure.
It is quite prominent.
Broken clock? I don't think this was here before. Mizuki, Daddy got caught up in something serious. Please come to Bloom Park's merry-go-round right away.
There are 3 possibilities.
They even specified the merry-go-round.
1. Renju killed Shoko, or was an accessory to the murder.
Okay, calling his daughter there just seems too messed up to be true.
2. Renju was threatened or blackmailed into luring Mizuki to the scene. 3. The culprit used Renju's phone to send the Nile message.
And it also looks like someone is threatening So, since why else would he have gone to the warehouse?
In any case, the motive is still unknown. We need to talk to Renju.
Renju, where did you go?
And did they only do that to get us to enter his Somnium? I'm in Iba's line of sight. Where is Renju?
You asked Mama at Marble for information regarding Renju Okiura, correct? It is possible she may have something for you by now.
I asked Moma for information too. But I had to promise him a meeting with Iris. Moma can wait for now.
We can talk to Iris's mom as well. She was Renju's classmate, right? Iba told me about her.
About Okiura fishery.
I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras. The same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
Yeah.
It certainly is suspicious.
It's just too strange that everything would be so involved. About so.
Congressman Sejima is suspicious in more ways than one. Exhibit A. 3 days ago, So called Shoko Nadami's phone. We still don't know exactly why. He only told us it was meant to be private. Exhibit B. So Sejima was at Okiura Fishery Warehouse last night, but he didn't inform us of this. There must be something he doesn't want us knowing. Exhibit C. So was in Iris's Somnium. Dreams are constructed from memories. Yet the good congressman denies he ever knew Iris.
So it has to be a memory, right? It couldn't be just that he constructed the scene based on the information that he got. Right? Where is So now?
I sent him home yesterday.
You released him?
What was I supposed to do? We can't hold him without solid proof. What we saw with Iris hasn't happened yet.
In any case, we have to speak with him again.
Alright, let's get on the main topic now. Oh, there is still something.
I would suggest searching the warehouse again. You may be able to discover why Iris was resurrected.
A dream-changing reality.
It is absurd. Not possible. Dreams are figments of the imagination. An incident which took place entirely in your mind cannot have any bearing on the real world. That is preposterous. Consider it. If you were to find money in your dream, does your bank account balance go up in reality? If you were to be attacked by aliens in your dream, does a swarm of UFOs invade Earth?
But at the warehouse,
You must have been hallucinating. Within Mizuki's Somnium, you saw Iris's frozen corpse. It is affecting your mental state. Last night, you were so fazed by it that you couldn't speak.
But here is the thing. We saw Iris die in the Somnium.
If it bothers you to this degree, why not go talk to Iris?
That's what I want to do. Where is she now?
Her cell phone is on. I can trace her via GPS. She is currently somewhere in the Lemniscate building.
A dream-changing reality.
Date and Iba saved Iris and Somnium, and that changed the history of the real world? Well, I guess it's not impossible.
That isn't what you said yesterday.
That was then, this is now.
But would that mean that we are in a simulation or something? Or is this itself a dream?
A woman's mind changes with the phases of the moon, you know?
Like, there are so many ways they can go with this.
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, I believe in Date. I trust him more than anyone else in Abyss.
Why? About prophetic dreams.
Stranger things have been known to happen. 2 days ago, Date found Iris's frozen corpse in Mizuki's Somnium. It must have been a prophecy.
Boss.
There's a lot of stuff in this world that can't be explained by science.
Boss's knack for change is one of her good qualities. Not having beliefs is what she believes in. That is how she establishes herself as a major player in the police department. Because she believed what she wanted to. Summary.
there are 4 people I should talk to. So Sejima, Iris and Hitomi Sagan, and Mama. And I need to check the warehouse one more time.
What about Moma?
We have many avenues of investigation.
Let's get moving.
Well, of course I'm going to talk to Iris first of all. So let's head to Lemniscate. and next the cold storage warehouse.
I am so aggro right now.
Who says that?
A streamer.
Why are you angry?
You backed out on your Shovel Forge promise.
Once again, we did not promise that.
I didn't make any promises.
You promised me a date, though.
I did go to your house.
2 minutes before midnight, and you didn't even take me anywhere.
Yeah, because we only had 2 minutes.
We could have gone somewhere. Iturup, Kunashir, Shikotan, Habomai?
Absolutely not.
Then you should have come earlier.
Well,
Oh yeah, one thing. I completely forgot to look at the rewards that we got. The forklift, So Sejima. Oh, we even have concept art for MoMA. And I think this guy was called Rohan. He just kinda showed up for a few minutes there. Oh, little Liba on the hook. That's the sync machine. And that's the headgear, I guess. I guess that those things that Iris just said were islands. Anyway, we are back at Lemnis Gate. A large window. A sofa.
I should lose some weight.
I didn't say so fat.
A plant.
Okay, look! It's a Terraphila camellifolia! Look! Yay! Yay! Go Terraphila camellifolia!
Iba gets awfully excited about insects. Lots of magazines are in that rack. Special, how to make a good soba. I'll bring that one home for later. Promotional videos of the agency's talent are playing.
It's Shinsen Chatran.
Who's that?
I want to know your measurements.
I'm 5'4".
That is clearly not what you meant.
Still useful information. I want to know where Renju is.
I want to too. We've been looking for him. We've been getting so many calls, it's hard to keep up with.
What is your type?
Well, I like guys that like New Guinea fruit bats and yellow spotted neck turtles.
Hot.
I cannot even picture that.
Can I have your contact information?
Why?
Well, because it may lead to something in the future.
I don't know.
Date, we're on an investigation.
Just let me have this.
I'm trying to investigate her panties. Can I have your contact information?
That's enough. I'll come right out of your eye socket if you don't stop.
Do it.
I'm serious. I'm going to pop out.
Oh no. Iva flew out of my left eye and started dancing on the desk. The receptionist immediately fainted. Iris saw the whole thing and also fainted. And so my story ended. The end. But I couldn't let that happen, so I decided not to ask her for her information. There's a receptionist sitting behind the desk. That's the reception desk. I was about to kinda be worried there. A company logo. Lemnis Gate. There's an abstract painting hung up.
Like it? It's called Fisherman Shagging a Common Dandy.
What? There are high stools around the table.
Oh, it's a high table.
Date, I don't understand. You want me to say hi to this table?
That's not what I said.
All this looking around the room is kinda killing the pacing a bit, to be honest. Where is Renju?
What about him?
Let's try to act normal for a while. I don't need to hide it. I told her about Renju's
A
disappearance.
traffic accident? I'm worried.
Any idea where he could have gone?
I'm sorry, no.
Do you know So Sejima, the politician?
I've seen him on TV.
Ever met him?
No,
Not at all.
no, not at all.
Guess So is at least prominent enough for a young woman to know him. It's Monday. No school.
It is Monday. But it's a holiday. No school today? Duh.
Oh, right. It's a holiday.
Did you forget too?
That's why I'm at Lemniscate today.
How could I forget?
We're going to do a recording session for a show soon.
Why was your phone off yesterday?
I know you were mad about our date, but why was your phone off? I couldn't get a hold of you.
Do you not remember? About the late night visitor?
Last night around 2 a.m., someone visited you. Who was it? And you left the house as well. Where did you go?
You really want to know?
Yes.
And you'd do anything for the answer.
Yes.
All right then. Shovel Forge.
No.
Then go on a date with me.
Again, no.
But you owe me for yesterday.
I told you I couldn't get a hold of you.
Objection. Even if you did get a hold of me, you didn't want to see me anyway, right? Until you fulfill your promise, I won't tell you anything.
Alright, let's get into this.
Iris, promise you won't laugh, but I saw something at the cold storage warehouse last night.
What?
Your dead body. I told you not to laugh.
But, come on, Date. I'm alive. I'm right here. Look, I can jump around. Woohoo!
You sure can.
Stop, I'm serious. In my dream, I saved you from being killed.
Okay, I know this sounds strange. I'm an special investigator that can go into people's dreams, just for heads up.
And here you are, which is why I was like that when I went to your house yesterday. I'm sorry, there's no point in telling you all this.
No, it's fine. Sorry for laughing. I just didn't know what was up with you.
Huh?
I believe you, Date. Maybe you were in a parallel world or something.
Yeah, that's another series.
Another bizarre explanation.
Summarize for me.
So, what are we doing?
What do you mean?
You still haven't told me why your phone was off.
For our date, of course.
Really, I have a choice.
Fine.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yay! So you'll play Shovel Forge with me?
I will not.
So, we'll go on a date then.
Yes.
Deal! And you have to honor our agreement this time.
I can't believe it.
Oh, but we can't go right away. I have a recording coming up. I should be done by 3, though. Tessa, we're starting soon. Got it! So, Date, meet me back here at 3? If you ditch me, I will be beyond furious. Anyway, bye for now. Peace!
Iris smiled and strolled over to the studio.
There is no point remaining here. Let's get moving.
We didn't really get too much information, did we? Well, we have a date. To the warehouse. With Aiba in my left eye socket, I walked into the cold storage warehouse. I could see my breath. I looked around, shivering. Nothing seemed changed from last night, though. I was considering the possibility that maybe Date's right eye is an AI as well, but I do think it was a physical object that was here last night.
You first arrived here yesterday at 9 p.m. At that time, lying on this workbench was...
Iris's dead body, covered with a white cloth.
But the second time,
The corpse was gone.
it was 11:25 p.m. But the body could not have simply vanished. Crime scene investigation was here before 11:25 p.m.
When did they arrive?
According to the report, 10:30 p.m. After we finished sinking with So.
It took them an hour and a half to get here?
Correct.
Why did it take them so long?
Unknown. The report does not specify. Perhaps a result of outside influence.
Outside influence?
In any case, there is nothing of note about the bench. Examining it will not reveal any further information. A forklift. It doesn't seem like it's in use. It was likely just left here.
Do you wanna ride it? The tires of the forklift and the ground they are on are clearly frozen.
There are numerous cardboard boxes on the shelves. There is nothing abnormal about them.
Shelves packed with cardboard boxes.
Hi, I'm Jemimon.
Iba, the jokes, you've gotta stop.
No, she doesn't. An old RAM. It doesn't have magical pockets though.
A switchboard. Nothing seems out of the ordinary.
More like switchboard, am I right? A switchboard installed in the back of the warehouse.
The crane on the ceiling. Nothing has changed. A forklift. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. That machine is used to cut ice. Do they store ice here? There are only a few items on the shelf. It is likely that this warehouse isn't in regular use.
There's a cardboard box on the floor. There is nothing in it.
It's a wooden box. There is nothing inside.
We have searched the warehouse again, but we didn't find anything useful.
Nothing.
But finding nothing may, in fact, be something.
What do you mean?
I was just thinking out loud. Let's get going. Date, your temperature is dropping. At this rate, they might find your body in here.
Alright, let's go to Hitomi.
I apologize for yesterday. I arrived uninvited.
No, I'm grateful. Thanks to you, Mizuki has her voice back.
No, I didn't do anything.
I've been wondering about that picture.
Me too.
Iris drew it when she was 12.
That's you on the left and Iris in the middle, correct?
Yes,
And who's on the right?
the man I was dating at the time. It was only for 3 months, but
Did he shoot
I
you?
met him about 6 years ago. Have you been to the Kume Shrine in the Minato district?
Wait, when Iris was 12, so 6 years ago.
I was praying there one day, and I heard a voice. Well, more like a groan. Behind the shrine, I saw a man sitting on the ground. He was bleeding badly from his stomach. I took out my phone to call an ambulance, but he grabbed my wrist, and he held me, and then he kissed me. I was shocked, but when I stared into his eyes, then I heard footsteps, and then a bunch of men yelling. They were looking for him. When the voices and footsteps faded, he let me go. Don't call an ambulance, and don't call the cops. I knew he had to be a criminal, so I took him to an underground clinic I knew.
You took him to a mob doctor?
Renju's friend. I only met him once. Even though we had our first kiss seconds after meeting each other, it took a long time before I got to see him again. The first time we held hands was when we watched a horror movie together. The first time I took his arm was when we went to a haunted house in an amusement park. But I wasn't the one who grabbed him. A zombie jumped out and scared us, and he clung onto my arm. He had that cute side to him. And I was falling in love.
Alright, Let's get into the refrigerator again.
Date, a riddle. A man-eating alligator lives in a river. There are no bridges or boats. How do you cross?
Well, let's see. You jump across?
Wrong. The solution is simple. You just swim across.
But what about the man-eating alligator?
He's at a convention out of town. He isn't in the river.
A bookshelf. There are no books in it, but it's definitely a bookshelf. Like a ski resort with no skiers. The lights are off. There's a calendar and a strange object on the shelf. A clock. It's a shoebox. The cursed shoebox. What, no sniffing? The front door. Do you have the day off?
Yes, today's a holiday. Iris isn't in school. She went to Lemniscate.
Yeah, I saw her earlier.
Is that so?
Where is Renju?
You asked me that yesterday.
Oh, wait.
You asked me that yesterday.
That's not the line. What?
You asked me that yesterday.
Whatever. There is no point hiding it. I told her about Renju's disappearance.
Right from the hospital? I'm sorry. I have no idea.
About Iris.
I've put Iris through so much. I was 19 and single when she was born. People didn't take kindly to that. But Iris was such a fighter. She always protected me. I remember, one time at the nursery, some of the other mothers were talking about me. Iris ran up to them and said, "Don't talk about my mommy." I'm supposed to be the mother, but it's Iris who's always protecting me.
What about your parents?
They died when I was 17. I was an orphan, and my relatives lived far away. They might have taken me in, but I was already in my second to last year of high school. It wasn't a good idea for me to move that late. So I decided to stay here, by myself.
And take care of Iris.
Yes, all alone. But Renju would help sometimes.
About Iris.
It was always just me and her. Vacations, barbecues, zoos, amusement parks. Just me and her. Oh, that reminds me. When Iris was 5, there was a children's theater show in Bloom Park. It was called Milky Moon. It was about girls as magical space rangers and such. She loved singing and dancing. Even as a kid, whenever she heard music, her body would start moving. It was a quirk of hers. And she did it at the show, too. Toward the end, when all the Milky Moon girls were dancing to the ending song, Iris climbed up onto the stage and danced with them. I tried to stop her, of course. I grabbed her arm and tried to get her to sit, but before I knew it, she was up there, dancing. And everyone was so excited. Even I was dancing by the end of it. When it was over, she had the biggest smile on her face. "Mama, you're a good dancer." That's the kind of girl she was.
You can really tell she cares about her. About Iris.
Whenever she sees someone playing music on the street, she'll run up and join them, right then and there. Music at the train station, the crosswalk beeping, even at convenience stores. When their little chime played, she would start dancing. It almost got her into trouble once. She was on the jungle gym and a truck drove by. It was playing loud music out the windows. She climbed up to the top and started dancing, but she lost her balance and fell. She fractured her leg pretty badly. It was on a Sunday, and it was hard to find an open emergency care. I was carrying her on my back, running and running through town. I could still hear her crying. "Will I still be able to dance, Mommy? Can I still dance?" She cried and cried into my shoulder. It was the only time she ever cried so much. No, that's not true. There was one other time.
The incident where you were shot. What was the other time?
6 years ago. I was the victim of a shooting. After the surgery, Iris came in running. And she was sobbing.
Mommy, don't die! Don't die! Please don't die, Mommy! Don't die!
I swore to myself then, I would protect her, no matter what. Iris is everything to me, more important than my own life.
Summarize for me, please.
Iris must really enjoy dancing,
Yeah.
though her drawing skills could use some work.
She was 12.
Drawing skills?
Look at the drawing on the wall.
Our second kiss was in the car. It's cliché, I know. But we drove around at night, looking at all the lights. We parked our car near a warehouse and kissed. I don't think we ever said I love you,
A warehouse.
but we both knew. We were getting closer and closer. I introduced him to Iris about a month after I first met him. Iris never had a father figure in her life before. She warmed up to him immediately and treated him like a real dad. From then on, it was always the three of us together. We would go to the beach, to the river, the zoo, the amusement park. Going to barbecues with another person was a new experience for me and Iris. Everything felt so fresh. Every day was so exciting.
It wouldn't be that this man turns out to be Date, would it? I don't know about that.
Oh, sorry. You asked about the picture. He wanted to make okonomiyaki one day. He was working with the hot plate. It was ridiculous. He was trying to flip one, and it flew up in the air and landed right on my head. Iris saw the whole thing and laughed and laughed. I hadn't seen her laugh like that in a long time.
Like, for some reason Date knew about Rohan and he was confused when we were at the Yakuza main office. And this man was clearly an Yakuza, or a criminal at least.
I was having so much fun that I put an okonomiyaki on their heads too.
But the physical appearance and Hitomi not saying anything about it.
Plop, plop. I added the bonito flakes and mayo and sauce. At this point, there was no going back. Eggs flew, flour going everywhere. The room was not a pretty sight. After our battle, we laughed like crazy. We were rolling around on the floor. So Iris decided to draw it. It's nostalgic.
Like, there is the possibility that the Date we are seeing is not how he looks like, but Uchikoshi likes to pull that, where the main character isn't who the player expects him to be, but we are seeing him in cutscenes, not just through Aibara's eyes. So I don't think that's it. Summarize for me. The drawing on the wall looks interesting.
But those days didn't last. 6 years ago, in November, a man with a gun broke into our house. Fortunately, Iris wasn't home at the time, but my boyfriend was. That's why the gunman came. He wanted to kill him. He wanted to kill him, and he would never stop. He pulled the trigger. I tried to protect him. The bullet hit me, but the police arrived. They were both arrested and incarcerated.
Why was he after your boyfriend?
Before he met me, he committed some terrible crime. I don't know the details, but it was awful. So he became a target for underworld criminals. I don't know exactly why, but I know that he betrayed them in some way.
May I ask you something?
Of course.
I had heard that that incident was a random break-in gone wrong.
Oh. That's not true. I lied about it at the time, because of Mizuki. Mizuki is Iris's friend. If she found out, Iris would find out too. I didn't want Iris to know.
Know what?
That I was dating a criminal. He was her father figure. Iris looked up to him. If she found out about his past...
There is a drawing on the wall. Iris drew it when she was 12.
Date, we can't spend time reminiscing. We have to get moving.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's see. Let's head to the Seijima residence.
So Sejima is a key person of interest in this case. Earlier, the boss cited 3 points of suspicion against him, and I agree with her assessment. I checked the call logs of So's phones. Congressman Sejima has one phone under his name, and a burner phone rented under a fake name.
Did you find anything interesting?
Unfortunately, no.
Really?
But I do have something. I looked into So's secretary's phone. One call in particular stood out to me.
Huh?
It was 1 week ago, from Fuchu prison.
Oh yeah, we did get that call from that one prisoner who told us that he knew who the killer is.
The caller identified themselves as inmate number 89.
Number 89?
Yes, this is most likely the same person who called HQ.
I know who killed Shogunadami.
D.C. Douglas. The glove
This
box.
box is where you keep your doves.
It's not a dove box.
The rearview mirror.
Date, this reminds me of Egyptian mythology. Hathor, the mother of Ra. The mirror was one of her sacred symbols.
Wasn't she a cow or something?
When
The dash.
you crash, the first thing you hit is the dash.
Wouldn't it be the wheel?
Interesting.
What is number 89's name?
Unknown.
You don't know?
He is not registered in any databases. He could be a foreigner or recent immigrant, but it would be impossible to determine from where. However, I did not detect any accent in his speech. I believe we can conclude that he grew up in Japan.
Who is he?
From what I can determine, he is an assassin. He accepts jobs from the criminal underworld for substantial rewards. His code name is Falco.
Falco?
Correct.
Once again, her reaction from Date. Could that be the man that went after Hitomi's boyfriend? What is he in jail for?
Murder. He is serving a life sentence for multiple counts. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
6 years ago?
Well, the timeline matches up. What is the relationship between So and number 89?
Unknown. You would have to ask Mr. Sejima for that information.
Number 89 said he knew who killed Shoko.
He did, but that may be a lie.
Does he have any connections to the Cyclops serial killings?
Unknown. In all honesty, I have no idea.
Also interesting that the Iris that was murdered had her right eye removed, not her left. Summary.
Number 89.
Should we visit Fuchu prison?
No, we don't have time. Call up boss. Tell her to request that number 89 be brought to Abyss.
Roger.
I heard there was no body found at the cold storage warehouse.
Are you feeding the kappas?
Isn't your investigation over?
I have a look. A merman.
So is a wealthy politician. It is no surprise to me that he has a merman. Wait, a merman?
Oh, hey everybody! I'm a merman.
Oh, cool. Hey. I heard a strange voice just now. Could it be? A garden lantern.
Speaking of gardens, what kind do you prefer?
I I like a well-manicured lawn. But some bushes aren't bad either.
Oh.
I mean, what?
A tree. It's a big green mochi. Moki, I think. Actually, not at all. Look closer. It's just a bush. A spherical one. About number 89.
Number 89? Who is that?
An inmate at Fuchu prison. He used to go by Falco. He was an assassin.
Odd, finding such a person in Japan. What about him?
About a week ago, he called...
I don't know anything about that.
Oops.
About a week ago, he called your secretary.
He was probably calling for a pardon or some such nonsense. My secretary probably decided it wasn't worth my attention. If you need information, you can ask her. I can't help you.
Why were you at the warehouse?
I told you I will not answer that question.
And why not? We didn't find anything there. There's nothing to hide.
It appears that he will not respond.
Someone is blackmailing him. Why did you call Shoko?
You are beginning to irritate me.
What did you want to talk to her about? What is the private matter you mentioned? What is your relationship with her?
I'll answer your questions when you present a warrant.
About Iris.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know that girl. I've never seen her before.
Date.
I knew he was lying. This proves it.
I am having difficulty determining his motive for lying. After all, Iris was not killed.
Maybe he's got a secret with her he doesn't want us knowing. What are you hiding so?
Haven't you people got enough? I'm very busy. Excuse me. Oh, actually, I do have one more thing to tell you. To be honest, Kaname Date, I don't like you.
Oh, I don't like you either, so we're okay.
I don't ever want to see you again. So I suggest that you don't show your face here anymore. It's what's best for both of us. Understand?
So walked away, sternly.
Who does this guy think he is?
Date, your blood pressure is skyrocketing. Any higher could kill you. Relax, Date. We still have much to do.
I know.
Well, the last area we have to investigate for the time being. Let's head on over to Mama.
You need more info on Ren? I'm sorry to waste your time, but I don't have anything for you.
I see.
The specials are written on the chalkboard.
Hey Mama, what's with the pizza, fish, and chips?
People used to call me that on the internet all the time. Guess it's stuck.
Pizza, fish, and chips. Ah, I see. Piece of fucking shit.
Wow, way to be blunt.
This, however, appears to be a simple Italian pizza with fish and french fries.
There's music playing over the radio.
You're so cold, Mama.
Hey, I'm over here.
A beer tap.
Hey, Date. You know what I say when I turn into a drunk devil?
Dev Ale.
Devil. Nice. A TV.
Care to watch some riveting videos with balls and holes?
Sorry, I don't like golf.
About Renju.
You know about Renju and the Kumakura gang, right?
Yeah, I know. I heard it from his own mouth right here.
Do they have anything to do with the talent scandal at Lemniscate?
Maybe now they do, since Renju is the president of Lemniscate. But even before that, Renju and the Kumakuras go way back. All the way back to high school.
Hey, Date. Have you ever seen a dead body?
I remember Renju saying that to me after he and I went through a bottle.
You're a policeman. I don't know what department, but I assume you aren't handing out traffic tickets. So, how about it?
I didn't answer. I turned the question around on him.
What about you?
Me? Well, yeah. Not just one, countless bodies. When I was in high school, I had a pretty crazy job. You know the Kumakura gang? I was hooked up to one of their phone fraud scams. I just had to go collect the money from drop points and give it to the Kumakuras. It was an easy job. Eventually, I became friends with the higher-ups. They started taking me with them on jobs.
What jobs?
The target was always an elderly person from the country with no family. Elderly folk who owned a lot of land, you know? They live every day in loneliness and desperation. You just have to be nice to them. That's all it takes. Guys would get to know the old people and they would set up an adoption process. After that, you just have to get them really drunk. Throw them in the tub full of hot water, and they pass. Just like that. Heart attack, brain hemorrhage, or they simply go to sleep and drown. The police almost never investigated. It always looked natural, like they died of old age. So the adopted gang members would inherit the land. Then we sell it and make massive profits. I watched a lot of people get killed like that. And I've seen journalists get killed for getting too close to the truth. So Why am I telling you all this? Are you going to arrest me?
I took a sip from my glass. I didn't say anything for a while.
You didn't do it yourself, right?
No, I was always the lookout. But still... Date,
Tears fell to the counter, unending. We didn't say another word until the ice in the glass had melted to nothing. About number 89.
Oh, Falco?
You know him?
I know him as a famous assassin in the underworld. Just rumors, though. Nothing specific.
What kind of rumors?
He's good. 100% success rate. No evidence. He was a world-class killer.
Did you ever meet him?
Nope. I don't even know what he looks like.
Any other info?
I know he's connected to the Kumakuras somehow.
Them again.
Well, that's about it.
Why are you always brushing that fish?
I find it calming.
Why is that?
Don't ask me.
How is it going?
Well, I could use a little help down there, if you know what I mean.
I do not know what she means. Perhaps you should take her up on her offer.
Absolutely not.
Summarize for me.
I don't have anything else for you. Sorry, I'm not much help.
No, don't worry about it.
Can you come back again tonight? There's a regular here who is good friends with Ren. They should be here tonight. If you ask him, he might have some information for you.
Tonight?
Yes. I'll be waiting for you.
Well, let's head back to HQ and gather our thoughts. I returned to Abyss HQ with Aiba. I needed to talk to the boss. As I entered the room, the boss smiled, like she was waiting for me.
I took care of what you asked for.
Number 89?
He's here, in the interrogation room.
I'm on it.
You'll go without me this time. I have some errands to run. One of the higher-ups needs me. I'll have Pewter go to the interrogation with you.
Understood. Let's get started.
It's the boyfriend, isn't it? I mean Hitomi's. But I think questioning number 89 will have to wait for next time on Let's Play AI, the Somnium Files. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until then, have a good one.